Hello, this is Catherine Kyle here from Green Thickies and welcome to day 7 of the Clean Eating in a Hurry challenge. Thank you so much if you have been sticking with us all week and joining us live during these challenges, because I really appreciate people joining live, popping into the chat box and saying hello. So thank you so much if that is you, and you are very welcome. So just in case this happens to be the first time you've watched any of these videos, better late than never. So just a very quick recap. Although this video was recorded just a couple of days ago, I am actually here live with you in the chat box to give you my full attention and answer all of your questions. So thank you so much for joining us. And I just want to say welcome to day 7. Day 7 is called Adios Addictions. And this Clean Eating in a Hurry challenge is actually a bonus, and it's part of my Clean Green Coaching program launch. And I'm going to tell you a bit more about the Clean Green Coaching program at the end. But before I do that, I'm going to give you some amazing content. I'm going to give you some action steps that you can actually take and get incredible value out of today. I'm not going to waste your time. So whether or not you buy the program is completely up to you. But I do want to share something of incredible value that you can use straight away. So does that sound good to you? Great. So let's get started straight away. So my promise to you today is that today you're going to be able to say goodbye to your addictive food forever. You can learn why you can't just have one bite or one sip or one cup or one square of your addictive food, and why we need to take food addiction as seriously as any other type of addiction. And this might be a bit controversial, so I will address this in a little while. And my question to you is there any food that you suspect that you are addicted to? And how badly are you addicted to that food? So what kind of effect does that have on you? I would love to know. So answer in the chat box. And would you say that that particular food that you're addicted to is preventing you from reaching your health goals and getting to your ideal weight? And if so, then you are definitely in the right spot today. And if you're not sure whether you are actually addicted to a food, then you will find out in just a little while by taking my addiction test. So, are you ready to get started? So how are we going to do this? We are going to take a test to determine if you actually do have a food addiction. You're going to give up your addictive food right here, right now, and I'm going to show you how. And you're going to understand why you can never go back to eating that food again and how to remove it from your life for good. And I don't want you to get scared by this, because there's different levels of addiction. So I'm going to explain a bit more about that in a minute. So who would like to take my test to determine if you do actually have a food addiction? So who wants that? And that's what I'm going to give you today, and I'm not stopping there. If you follow along with me today, you also get my Adios Addiction Train Your Brain Guide to help you beat this addiction once and for all. And that's not all. I'm also giving you my Adios Addiction 10-step recovery plan. So who wants this? And would giving up that food that you're addicted to make a difference in your ability to finally lose that extra weight? So let me know. So if you stay until the end, I'm going to give you a download of all of this information so you can take that away with you and refer to this afterwards, because it does move quite fast and I want to be able you to refer to the information straight away. So for those people who are here live, then I'm going to give that to you at the end, and also a very special bonus today. So just a quick disclaimer that the results that I share with you today are not typical. They're only typical for the people who actually take action. And unfortunately, most of the people don't take any action, and that's why they don't get any results. But I am sharing with you for free exactly what's working for me right now. And this is only for people who are interested in improving their health and losing weight in a healthy way. And this is not about faddy diets. So who am I, in case you haven't already heard? My name is Catherine Kyle and I am the founder of greenthickies.com. I am obsessed with clean eating and green smoothies, and I help people to lose weight. I've been eating clean food for 8 years now and helping people to lose weight and improve their health for 5 years. And I have been featured on TV quite recently on a program that was about losing weight in a really healthy way. And I'm also the author of several books. So just in case you are wondering if this is the right place for you, you are in the right place if you are feeling like this, that you have food addictions that you just can't break free from, that you might have addictions to sugar and you just can't get through the day without your sugar fix. You might have brain fog, you've got low mood, you feel grumpy and moody, you've got digestive problems, you've got weight that you need to drop, and you just can't seem to shift it on a long-term basis, and you're just feeling absolutely fed up because you just want the weight gone, you want to feel better, you want to feel more energetic, and it's just not happening for you. Is this something that you are feeling right now? Is this something you are struggling with? Because if it is, then you are definitely in the right place today. So if you are feeling like this, it is your body telling you that something needs to change. And today is the day that I want you to take action. So let's do this together. So why I'm passionate about helping you. So I'm not going to spend a long time telling you my story because you've probably heard it already. But just so you know that 8 years ago, I was so sick that I could barely work. I couldn't work and I could barely move, and I had mystery illnesses that doctors couldn't treat, and I went out in search of good health, and thankfully I found it. And after changing my diet for a clean eating diet, I recovered my health and dropped 5 dress sizes in just a few months, which was amazing. And I can't tell you how much it changed my life. I've never felt such happiness and passion as I do right now. And now I've dedicated my life to helping you to achieve exactly the same kinds of results, and I put everything into helping you get the same results. So this is a before and after photo of me, and just to inspire you what's possible in just a few months of dedication. So would you like the easy way to drop weight and making sure that you're never tempted by your addicted food again? Addictive food. So who wants the easy way? If you want the easy way, just let me know. And if you're ready to start the easy way, let's dive straight into it. So here are the secrets I'm going to be sharing with you today, and this is the part where you need to start making notes. So Adios Addiction secret number 1. Food addiction needs to be taken seriously because it can have disastrous consequences. Secret number 2, it's possible to recover from your food addiction. You just need the right mindset, knowledge, and support. And secret number 3, despite what people may tell you that all things are good in moderation, most people will never be able to have just a small amount of their addictive food. So I'm just going to explain a bit more about that in a second. So let's get started with secret number 1, that food addiction needs to be taken seriously because it can have disastrous consequences. So we are going to cover what effect does food addiction have on our bodies, what is the addiction cycle, what effect does junk food have on our minds, what are the most addictive foods out there, what are the effects of a coffee and chocolate binge, and do you have a food addiction? Take the test. So here is my story. So here's the thing. I'm 37 years old. I've only just realised that I have a serious chocolate addiction, and it might come as a surprise that I've had this all my life, and I've literally only just realised. I mean, how crazy is that? It's taken me 37 years to realise, but I have known that it's a food that I can never just have one square of, and when I start eating it, I need to eat it until I feel like I would throw up if I have one more square. And if I run out, I have to drive to the shop and buy more. Like, I always have a massive stash of chocolate in the house. And I remember one time, like, my husband's very used to me and my chocolate eating habits. And there was one time where he phoned up from the shop and he said, I'm just doing some shopping and I'm just wondering if there's anything you need. And I said, yes, now that you're there, can you get me some of these dairy-free chocolate buttons? Because usually I get my food delivered and they stopped selling them, horror of horror. So he was at a different shop that I knew sold these dairy-free chocolate buttons. And I said to him, I need to stock up on these dairy-free chocolate buttons. So can you get me some more of them? And he said, how many bags do you want? And I said, 50. And he said, 50? Are you sure you want 50? I said, yes, because, they'll last me a very long time. It's just so that I don't have to go out again and buy them. And there was like 2 boxes. He said there was 2 boxes of buttons on the shelf, and he literally picked up both boxes and cleared out the whole shelf. There was no chocolate buttons left on the shelf, and the checkout assistant beeped everyone through individually and must have thought, who on earth is eating 50 bags of chocolate buttons? And it was me, because I had an addiction, and I'd have an addiction. And this is the crazy thing about the chocolate, is it, people just get used to you and your addictions. It just becomes normal. But to everyone else, that's just craziness, buying 50 bags of chocolate buttons at a time. And like I said, I've had this all my life. And funnily enough, like only just a couple of months ago, I realized that I actually had an addiction. And it was listening to somebody else describe their chocolate addiction. And it was like a mirror was held up against me. And I suddenly thought, that is me. And I can't believe I've never even realized it. Like, sometimes you need somebody else just to say something, and you just think, it just sparks a thought. And I was having lunch with a friend that I hadn't seen for ages, and I knew that she was gluten-free, and we were in this gluten-free restaurant, which was like a really healthy cafe, and I was really loving all the healthy food. And we were having a conversation, and I said, oh look, there's a gluten-free, I think not everything was gluten-free, but some things were gluten-free. And I said, there's a gluten-free chocolate brownie on the menu for later. We can have a gluten-free chocolate brownie. And she said, I'm not going to have that. I think I'll take the other gluten-free option. I'll not have the chocolate brownie because I don't eat chocolate. And I said, why don't you eat chocolate? Are you intolerant to chocolate in the same way that you're intolerant to gluten? And she said, no, I'm not intolerant to chocolate, but I am addicted to it. And I decided many years ago that chocolate had this hold on me, and it was controlling me, and I didn't like it, and I couldn't stop eating it, and I was just thinking about it all the time. It was dominating my life. So I've decided that I'm just not going to eat chocolate anymore. I'm addicted to it, and I'm just going to stop, and I haven't eaten it since. And she said, even though it's a gluten-free brownie, and it's really good that there's gluten-free food, I'd rather eat nothing at all than eat the food with the chocolate in, because that is the food that I've decided not to eat anymore. And I just suddenly thought, that is me. My life is controlled by chocolate, and I've just been pretending that it's not, and it's been getting worse and worse and worse, to the point where my life is definitely controlled by chocolate. And I was so inspired by her, and I thought, if she can do it, then there's no reason at all why I can't give up chocolate. So during my life, I've managed to give up eating chocolate for long periods of time previously and felt great. And I've been on various different kind of detoxes. I've been on a raw food diet, and I was on a raw food diet for 6 months. I just ate really, really clean food, and the cravings did completely go away, and it lost its grip on me completely. Like, I didn't think about chocolate at all. It never even crossed my mind to eat chocolate. But if I do eat chocolate again, then it very quickly becomes a serious addiction again for me. So I remember just before, in fact, this is just before I gave up on the raw food diet, so I hope it didn't have anything to do with it, but I went to like a raw food potluck where everyone brings their own dish. Like, everyone brings a raw food dish. And I brought something healthy. I think I brought some raw food hummus and like a watermelon salad. And somebody else had made homemade raw chocolate. And although people who eat raw food don't eat refined sugar, but they do eat, there's other sweeteners in them, and they, you can still have something that tastes very much like normal chocolate on a raw food diet. just as delicious, if not more delicious. And I just remember eating, I think I just ate just a couple of these because, I wouldn't pig out in front of anybody. These things you tend to pig out when nobody's watching you. So, and plus somebody else had made them, there had to be enough for everyone else to go around. So I just ate, one or two. And I was like, oh, this is so good. And I thought, oh, I've so missed this taste of chocolate, even though I hadn't really thought about it. And from that second, I felt addicted to it. And it had an awful effect on me, like physically as well. I just remember that night, I felt like I just couldn't sleep. I'd never usually had a problem sleeping, but I couldn't sleep. I had insomnia all night long. My heart was pounding. I felt agitated and irritated, and it just had an awful physical effect on me. I felt really, really ill. The next day I felt like I had a food hangover. It was awful. And this is healthy ingredients, and this is this is the effect that chocolate has on me personally, and not necessarily will it have the same effect on you, but this is just me. So and very soon after that we went on holiday, and we went abroad, and I tried to stick to my raw food diet, and there was nothing that I could eat, even though I thought there was going to be. So I gave up on my raw food diet, and guess what? The first thing that I went to buy was chocolate, and binged on all this chocolate. So that was the end of the raw food diet after 6 months. And for me, just having one bite of chocolate again, it becomes like this serious addiction again that I can't break free of. And I've got to cut it out for a certain period of time before I stop thinking about it. So so over the years, like that was a while ago, and that was years ago now, but over the years I have I've cut out chocolate, and I've started eating it again. And over the last 6 months, my chocolate eating has become more and more and more prominent. And it did get to the point where I was like eating, like I said, at least 2 of these bags of chocolate buttons every day, kidding myself that because there wasn't many in a packet that was okay. And I just couldn't get through one day without the chocolate. And over Christmas, I was looking forward to indulging in chocolate, and somehow we'd ended up with like there must have been about 20 boxes of chocolates, no joke, like big, massive boxes of chocolates. And like I had bought them, my husband bought them, had them bought as gifts. I bought some, like we had people around on Christmas Day, family around, and I bought like extra chocolates in case they wanted any. And it was just ridiculous how many chocolates we had in the house. And I knew I was going to give up chocolate. I think that was why I went even more crazy, because I had made a decision when I was with my friend that I was going to give up chocolate. But I knew before Christmas wasn't a very good time to give up chocolate, because it was going to be harder than it would ever be at any other time of year. So I thought, I'm going to give up chocolate after Christmas for good, and I'm just going to enjoy some chocolate because it's the last chocolate I'm going to eat. So I think that's why I went a bit crazy and bought all this chocolate, and then I had all this chocolate in the house. And then I thought, right, it got to like January, and I thought I need to just throw it all away now. It was making me sick. I was feeling dreadful. I was putting on weight, like I'd put on, I can't remember, like 9 pounds in a week or something. It was just crazy. So I just thought, no, I can't be doing this anymore. This chocolate has to go, and it has to go right now. I was going to wait till the kids like went back to school, and I thought, no, I can't. I just have to get rid of it all now. So I got this bag. I threw it all in the bag. I recorded a little video as well to mark the occasion, and I threw it all in the bag. My husband took it outside, put it in the bin outside, and that was it. It is gone forever. So that is my chocolate story. And now I do not eat chocolate, and I do not intend to eat it again in the future. And I'm just this is my story, so yours might be slightly different, but I'm going to explain about the different levels of addictions a little bit later. But this for me is a very, very extreme addiction, which means I can't just have one bite. I can't just go out and have one chocolate dessert, because I come home and I'll want to eat a whole box of it. I cannot. I just have a very addictive kind of personality, and I just cannot eat one square of chocolate. So Food addiction can make us feel so bad about ourselves. It affects everything that we do. If you're so addicted like me that you're thinking about it 24/7, day in, day out, then it does affect everything. And it has an awful effect on our minds, but what effect can it have on our bodies? So it has a really bad effect on, this is our brain first of all. So they did some stuff, I mean, there's always studies going on about these kind of things. But what they did was they gave some women some milkshakes to drink, some very sugary milkshakes, and some of the women were prone to addiction and some were not prone to addiction. But the women who drank the milkshake who were prone to food addiction, they showed levels in the brain that were exactly the same as the levels of addiction, what happens in the brain when people are addicted to drugs. So it depends on what kind of level of addiction you've got as to how it affects your brain. Like some people, like me, get so addicted to things that it's like, that you can be addicted to anything. And you have this brain pattern that you just cannot stop. And some people get slightly addicted to it, so they have lower levels of the addiction in their brain, like the patterns in their brain. And some people, like my husband is one of them, they can just eat these kind of foods and they can just have like one square of chocolate, a few candies, a few chips, and they just don't need to eat anymore. They just don't seem to have those same addictive levels in their brain. So it affects people in different ways. It doesn't affect us all in exactly the same way. So here is the addiction cycle. So it's not about willpower, it's about biology. So it's very, very difficult to break free of addiction just by using willpower, because something happens in your brain that prevents you from using willpower, and it completely overrides any willpower that you've got. So what happens is you get a trigger. So for example, you might be watching an advert, or you might see some food that you're addicted to on the counter. You see some cookies, you may be bored, you're craving, you're tired. Like for me, it's often when I'm tired in the evenings and I just feel like I need that sugar, that, the caffeine that comes from the chocolate to wake me up. And we just want to eat something that makes us feel good. So we give in and we eat some of these foods, and it releases some dopamine in our brains. And suddenly the sugar cravings function like a drug addict's. So more dopamine is then released into the body. And in experiments, it was shown that people often reported much higher much higher levels of dopamine and hunger midway through the meal than before they even started it. And it's because the dopamine is being released. It's because the dopamine is being released, and that strengthens the craving even more, which is just crazy. So the more you eat of this food, the more you crave of it. And when we're finally finished eating, like often when you're feeling sick and you're stuffed and you couldn't possibly eat another bite without throwing up, then time passes and we stop eating, and then the dopamine levels are depleted. And then it's at that point that we're prone to cravings via the environment again, or the habits, or our emotions, and then we see a trigger, and then the whole cycle starts again. So that's the addiction cycle. And do you think that's interesting? Do you see yourself in this addiction cycle anywhere? Because that's definitely where I am. It's usually the evening is my trigger time for me. So what effect does addiction have on the brain? So studies have shown that when junk food was given to rats, that they completely overate the junk food. Just because they're animals doesn't mean to say that they know what's good for them. They were just as addicted to junk food as we are. And when they were taken off the junk food, they actually refused to eat their healthy food. Like it didn't matter to them that they were feeling hungry. They just were so addicted to their food. They would rather go hungry and not eat their regular food than they were just holding out for the food that they were addicted to. And I think that's just so interesting. And when they were pregnant, they actually ate more junk food, and this is really sad because it increased the chance of an unhealthy offspring. And once people are addicted to junk food, logic goes completely out of the window. The loss of nutrients becomes less important than getting the next fix. So, what are the most common foods to be addicted to? Here are the most addictive foods. So as you can see on the left hand side, we've got the most addictive foods. So the number one most addictive food is pizza, followed by chocolate, chips or crisps as we call them here, cookies and ice cream. Do you have an addictive food, and do you see your addictive food featured in this list here? I think it's, most people like all of these foods. Like I personally, even though I've managed to put myself off foods at certain times in my life, these are definitely all foods that I love eating, and they just look so tempting. Like it's so easy to eat them and crave them. And then on the right hand side, we've got the least addictive foods. So yeah, who could ever get addicted to, say, cucumber? We don't really get addicted to healthy foods in the same way because they don't have those chemicals. Like food is not designed to be addicted to. Like we are supposed to eat food because we're hungry and because we need the nutrients. But we get hunger signals, and that signals to the body that we need to eat until we're full. But we're never supposed to crave food. Like cravings are down to chemicals that are placed in processed foods designed to get us addicted to foods. As I was saying yesterday, this is the whole purpose of processed foods, is to get you addicted to them so that you buy more of them. So yes, if we do get addicted to them because we can't help ourselves. So as I've been talking about chocolate, I like some of these foods. You can find things that are harmful to your body, and I couldn't really find very many harmful effects of chocolate. And there's so much good information about chocolate. And don't get me wrong, just because I've got an addiction to chocolate doesn't mean to say there's not goodness in chocolate, because there definitely is goodness in chocolate. There is nutrients in chocolate, but it's a bit like these other types of foods where it's processed and all of the goodness is mixed with all this harmful stuff. So it's not actually the cacao that is the unhealthy thing for you. It is everything that it's mixed together with. So it's the sugar, the milk, the fats, the saturated fats, the corn syrups, like these things. Although not all saturated fats are bad for you. Just because it's saturated fat doesn't mean to say it's bad for you. The corn syrups, and these ingredients actually promote heart disease, weight gain, high blood pressure and high cholesterol. So it's the combination of all of the junk food together that makes chocolate not healthy for you. But you can definitely get healthy versions of chocolate. And as I was saying about raw food, like those are definitely healthy chocolates. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you have to stop eating chocolate. That is not the case at all. It's just, for me personally, I have an addiction to chocolate, which means that it gets out of control in my life, and I can't have that. So if you are the type of person who can just have a couple of squares of chocolate, then by all means, that it does have some positive effects, especially if you eat healthy versions of chocolate. So now I've told you about my addiction, so what about your addiction? Do you have an addiction? So let's find out, shall we? Let's take the test now. So here is the food addiction test. So see if you identify yourself. Can you relate to any of these points? So you often get cravings for particular foods, even if you are full after a healthy meal. Is that you? When you eat the food that you're craving, you eat much more than you planned to. Now, can you relate to that one? When you eat the food that you are craving, you often end up feeling stuffed to a point of feeling uncomfortable, or like me, you feel like you might actually throw up if you eat any more, or you feel physically ill in some way because you have stuffed yourself. And when you've eaten that food, you feel guilty after eating certain foods, but you just can't seem to stop eating them. So that was definitely me. And do you make excuses why it's okay to keep on eating the foods that you're craving? So for example, like the chocolate, I would make excuses like, well, it's got nutrients in it, and it releases happy hormones. It makes me feel happy. It's my treat at the end of the day. It's the thing that I look forward to at the end of the day. It's my reward for all my hard work. And that was, I would keep making excuse after excuse after excuse. Or, you've been to the gym today, that means you can have it, or whatever it is. You've tried to quit eating the foods that you're craving, and you've set limits around eating them, but you just break them. So my limits with chocolate was, I'll just have it at the weekend. I'm just going to eat it one day a week for like one cheat meal. I'm just going to eat one bar of chocolate, and then it would be like I would have it on a Sunday as well, a Saturday and a Sunday, because that's the whole, I'll just have it on the weekend. And then Friday evening's the weekend as well, so I'll just have it for 3 days a week. And then, well, I've eaten a big bar of chocolate over the weekend, so maybe if I just have like a small packet of chocolate buttons during the week, or two, it starts off as one, I'll just have one every day, then that's fine, because there's not very many in there. And then I'll just have two because I've been to the gym, and that's okay. So you keep setting these limits. Or I'll never eat that, I won't eat that all week, or I'll only have one bite every day. But you just keep on eating more than you planned to eat. And you often eat food in secret, and you don't tell anyone how much you've eaten. Like for me, if I ran out of chocolate, I would sneak my husband's chocolate, because he would always have a stash of chocolate. Or I'd eat my kids because they would get bought all this chocolate, and I didn't want them to eat so much chocolate, so I would only give them a small amount and put the rest away, and then I would end up eating it, which was just crazy. And even though these foods are causing you health problems, including weight gain, you still don't stop eating them. And just one bite of the food that you're craving leads you to craving that food every single day. And you can't go a single day without eating the food that you're craving. So if you said yes to 4 or 5 of these, then you probably do have a problem, some kind of level of a problem with food addiction. And if you said yes to 6 or more, then it's almost certain that you do have a serious food addiction. So like I was saying earlier, there's different levels of food addiction, and everybody is at a different level. So for example, my husband definitely, he could maybe identify with maybe a couple of these. Like if he craved, say, chips, then he might end up eating more than he planned to eat. But that doesn't mean to say that, if someone told him to give up chips, then he'd probably be able to do it without any problems whatsoever, and he probably wouldn't be thinking about them every day. So he might just identify with maybe 1 or 2. So there's definitely different levels of food addiction, and there's different extremes. Like I think my food addiction for chocolate is so extreme, it's completely off the charts, really bad. So I've just decided I just can't eat it anymore. But there's other foods that I would say that I'm slightly addicted to, but not as bad. So like refined sugar is one of them. So say if I eat like desserts or something else that's got refined sugar in it, then I would definitely, eat more than I planned. I might even, get cravings for the rest of the day, and I would keep on eating stuff with refined sugar in. And even the next day, I would probably, like, my blood sugar levels would be out of whack, and I'd be craving refined sugar again the next day. But there wouldn't be like one particular food that, that's got refined sugar in it that I just couldn't live without. Like I wouldn't be craving ice cream, or I wouldn't be craving like, popcorn, or I don't know, I can't think of what, like desserts, not chocolate, say another dessert, what, like a fruit crumble, or, these kind of dessert, any kind of dessert that I absolutely loved. I wouldn't be craving anything in particular. It would just be like, I just would feel like I need some refined sugar in, and anything would do. And that was a difference for me. It was that, all other foods, I had mild cravings. I could go out and have, say, a dessert which had refined sugar in, and it wouldn't send me off the rails for the rest of the week, or, every single day I wouldn't be craving that same dessert again. But chocolate had such an extreme effect on me that I would all I can think about is chocolate. It's chocolate dominates every single thought. It's only chocolate and nothing else would do. No other dessert, no other anything with sugar in. It's just the combination of the food that was put into chocolate made that one food a serious addiction for me. So that is the difference. You might have different levels of addiction. So when people talk about moderation, so, you hear people say these things all the time, everything in moderation. And, here is a law of addiction. And if I found this, and this is referring to people who, maybe alcoholics or have, smoke cigarettes. And it's very difficult when it comes to food addiction, because people who don't have food addictions really struggle to understand how extreme it can be when you do have an extreme food addiction, and like mine, where you just can't have anything in moderation for that particular food. So the law of a food addiction, the law of normal addiction is administration of a drug to the addict will cause re-establishment of a chemical dependence upon the addictive substance. So a chemical dependence upon the addictive substance. So if somebody has given up smoking and has a puff from a cigarette, they'll become addicted again. And the same with alcoholics having a drink again. So they're advised that never to touch those addictive substances ever again. And we do know that sugar is actually more addictive than cocaine. So some people could argue the same logic applies to refined sugar, that one bite of your addictive food is all it takes to relapse into another binge and be hooked again. But the thing is that not everybody will, like I was saying before, not everyone will experience that same level of addiction from eating food. Some people can eat things with refined sugar in, and their brain, it just isn't wired for that extreme addiction. They can have a small amount and be fine with it. So, and the thing about food is, yes, we definitely need to eat. We cannot avoid eating food at all, but what we need to eat is clean, healthy food. So people don't get addicted to clean, healthy food. They get addicted to junk food, and we certainly don't need junk food in our diet. But the problem is with junk food is that it is so difficult to get rid of all junk food forever. And this is why, I would never say that I'm never going to eat junk food ever again, because that is very extreme. Like for me, getting rid of one particular food, chocolate, is not so extreme for me, because I need to get rid of that one food, and it means I can still eat all kinds of different things. I can eat all kinds of desserts. I can still go out for a meal. I can still enjoy myself. I can choose something that's not got chocolate in very easily. And it's just like one particular type of food that I don't eat. It's just the same as me saying that I just don't drink coffee. I don't drink coffee and tea because my body doesn't react well to caffeine, and it's probably why it doesn't react well to chocolate either, because there's caffeine in chocolate. So my body doesn't react well to caffeine, so I just simply don't drink it. So when I go around people's houses and they say to me, would you like a cup of coffee or a cup of tea? As we always do that in this country, and it seems a bit rude, but I say, sorry, I just don't drink coffee and tea. Could I have a glass of water? Or sometimes I bring my own, herbal tea bags with me. So for me, giving up chocolate is just the same as, giving up some other type of food like coffee. But it doesn't mean to say that you have to give up all junk food. Usually people get very extreme addictions to one particular type of food, and it's just that one food that they need to go without. So there is refined sugar in chocolate, but it's actually the chocolate that causes me the problem, the combination of everything in the chocolate, not necessarily the refined sugar. So I can actually go out and I can, like I was saying previously, the 80-20 rule about going out, and I can eat clean most of the time, and I can have one meal out a week with my husband, and I can have foods that may have refined sugar in, because usually restaurants put it in everything, and I know that it's not going to cause me major problems. So that's the difference here. We're not in the Clean Green coaching program. it's not about deprivation. It's not about, not enjoying yourself. It's not about not going out to eat in restaurants. It's all about balance. It's all about being healthy most of the time. It's all about, getting your cravings under control, but still being able to enjoy yourself, and still being able to be sociable, and still going out and being able to have that meal out, but knowing that you can come back and eat clean the next day. So this challenge is all about extreme addictions where you just know that you can't, if you eat that food, it'll send you out of control. And people who don't have addictions tell me, you just need to be, you just need to have chocolate in moderation. You just need to, but I can't, my brain just isn't wired that way. And if your brain isn't wired that way, then you might need to give up on that addictive food for good. So this is what this is about. So what about cheat meals? Now, having a cheat meal once a week, like I was saying, on a clean diet, it can actually speed up your metabolism, and it fits very well into the 80-20 framework of eating clean most of the time. And this can really help you to enjoy life and feel like you're not deprived. But when it comes to food that we're addicted to, unfortunately, this doesn't apply. And I've tried this myself. At first, I would, like I was saying before, I would have, just a cheat meal of chocolate. And sometimes I would actually skip the meal and go straight to the chocolate and say, well, my cheat meal is a bar of chocolate. And then it just grew and grew and grew. I was eating more and more chocolate, and it soon became, all the time, every single day. I couldn't get through a single day without eating chocolate, and it was controlling me. So if your cheat meal is leading you to overindulge, then it's time to change what you're eating for that cheat meal. It's not to say you can't have a cheat meal, a more relaxed meal, a break from your clean eating, have a takeaway, go out for a meal, whatever you want, have a break from cooking. But it's if it leads you to be out of control. Now that's the difference when it comes to cheat meals. So, secret number 2, it is actually possible to recover from your food addiction. You just need the right mindset, knowledge and support. And I have actually, although I've only just realised that I do have a serious chocolate addiction, I have actually given up chocolate for long, long periods of time. So I know that it is possible. I have done it before. And, once you make that firm decision, you might actually find that it's easier than you think. So how to give up addictive food. So here is your 10-step Adios Addiction recovery plan. So first step is you need to decide whether this is something you actually want to do. You don't have to just do this just because I've been talking about this today. You need to decide, first of all, if you have a serious addiction. Now, you took the test and if one particular food is controlling your life to the point of dominating your every waking thought. So that is the food that we're talking about here. So list some pros and cons of giving up that one addictive food. So what are all the good things? What will it lead to? Obviously, it's going to lead to better health, weight loss, feeling good about yourself, feeling confident. You're going to feel strong, like you can do it. If you can do this, you can do anything. There's so many positive things. But there's also there's drawbacks of giving up your addictive food as well. I love chocolate. It was one of my pleasures in life, is just, just the texture, the smoothness, the way it melts in your mouth. It was such a treat for me, and it was part of enjoying life for me. It's not to say that I can't, still enjoy desserts and things like that, but for me it was a big pleasure in my life, and it took something I used to look forward to every day. And I've had other addictions in my life. It's not always been chocolate, but sometimes when you if you've got an addictive personality like me, if you get rid of one addiction, then it gets replaced with another one. So, but you just have to keep on working on them one at a time, because they do control you. So yeah, the cons of giving up your addictive food, there definitely are drawbacks of giving it up. You don't have the same pleasure from that thing that you once got pleasure from. And when you're absolutely certain that you definitely want to give it up, because it is a big decision. It's a big it's a big decision to make, to never have to eat chocolate again. For me, that was really a tough decision, and I did mull it over for several weeks. Like, I was convinced that I should do it, but I thought, am I strong enough to actually do this? I had to really question myself. And then you make a firm decision that you are definitely doing it, and you're going to give it up. So once you have made that firm decision, set a date for giving it up. And setting a date is really important because it gives your brain a chance to really get used to the idea, and it gives yourself a chance to be motivated and be strong on that particular date. It's like people who go on diets every Monday, and they say, okay, I'll do it on tomorrow. I'll start the diet tomorrow, and that it doesn't give your brain chance to really help it get used to this decision that this is going to become part of you and part of your life. So set that date, at least maybe a few weeks in advance. Give yourself a chance to process the thought and talk it over with people, because I sat down and talked it through with my husband, and I told him I wanted to give up chocolate after Christmas, and asked him whether or not he would support me, and he said yes, he would also give up eating chocolate in the house and in front of me for good as well, which was really, really encouraging for me. And I was so glad I had that time to just, think about it beforehand and really get serious about it. Because if I'd just said to him, and I've said this many times to him, I'm never eating chocolate again. I'm giving it up tomorrow. Oh, it's made me feel so ill. I can't stand it anymore. And he's heard that a million times, but this time it was different. I sat him down and I said calmly and explained how bad it was making me feel. And although he didn't fully understand how addictive you can get to things, he did understand how important it was for me, and that he knew that I was serious because I was doing it in advance. So another important thing is to write down a list of trigger foods. These are not the addictive foods, but these are foods that make you crave your addictive foods. So for me, for example, anything with refined sugar can lead me to craving chocolate. And this doesn't happen all the time, but it happens especially when you've just given it up for the first time. So, like I was saying, I can have like refined sugar and not it not lead to anything else, not lead to a big binging sessions, occasionally. But when you're giving up your addictive food, that's when you're at your weakest point, and you're very prone to you're finding it a struggle. So anything that's going to be a trigger for you during that time is best to stay away from that thing as well. And I decided I was going to stay away from refined sugar for 2 weeks during the time when I was giving up chocolate, so that I didn't end up craving chocolate. And I've pretty much done it, although I think there's been a couple of occasions where refined sugar has snuck into some savoury food. And, I've been busy and my husband's been preparing food, and I haven't really noticed, to be honest. And it's not, there's been I've had a few chocolate cravings, but I've not had any like massive amounts of refined sugar. I've not sat down and had any desserts or anything that's got loads of refined sugar in that will lead to cravings. So that's important. Not forever, just for a couple of weeks until you get used to it. And then write a list of foods that you could eat instead of your addictive foods. So I always used to have these chocolate buttons every evening, so I knew that I needed a replacement for that. So I've written down a list of foods that I can eat as a healthy treat in the evening, as instead of eating the food that I was addicted to. So I've got all kinds of healthy desserts and fruit-based things that I'm eating now in the evening instead of chocolate. And sometimes I'm actually not even needing that. So it's definitely helping me. It's helping me with my health and my weight loss, not having that chocolate every single night. And then after that, and this is what we talked about yesterday in the processed package purge, if you missed that one, basically what we did was we went through all the food cupboards and got rid of anything that had junk food in it. So now we're just focusing on the addictive foods. So we're throwing away anything in your home that is either an addictive food or a trigger food for you. So for me, like I said, I threw away 10 boxes of chocolates, and I got rid of like any trace of chocolate anywhere I could find it. I got rid of it, and I kept finding it everywhere. Like I thought I'd got rid of it, and I kept finding it. Like I would find, kids' stashes of chocolate hidden behind this, counter in the kitchen, and, up there on high, shoved behind there, and, like me trying to hide it away from the kids and then forgetting where I'd actually put it myself. So, and it was difficult. Every time I found some more chocolate, it was difficult, and I had to be really strong and I had to say, no, you're not going to eat it. Because before, like if I would find chocolate like that, I would just literally eat it there and there in the spot, in the kitchen, on my own. I would just eat it, and I would fool myself that I wasn't eating so much chocolate, and I was. So, yeah, get rid of it all. And then stock your kitchen with your healthy alternatives for when you get hungry or you start craving, you can have something else instead. And I find that having some healthy chewing gum, make sure that it's free from sugar, like refined sugar and harmful sweeteners. So you can buy this on Amazon. You can, if you put this out on your countertop in full view where you can see it, and then sometimes like I find myself just lurking around my kitchen, just looking for something. Like, I don't know whether you do this as well, but like it happens to me in the evening, and I'm just kind of sitting there, maybe reading a book or something, and all of a sudden I've got up and I've wandered into the kitchen, and I'm just kind of prowling around and like, I need something. And what I actually need is to go to bed because I'm tired. So I don't know, I've got more used to just going to bed now, but it's my body saying, if you're not going to go to bed, then you need some energy from some food. So it's me looking for some chocolate that's going to give me some caffeine and some sugar. So I'm looking for something, and if I see one of these healthy chewing gums right there on the counter, I'll just quickly pop one into my mouth, and it just gives me a nice crunch, a chew, so a sweet flavour, and it stops almost all of my cravings in their tracks. So having that out in full view, that really, really helps. And I can't say I'm a massive fan of chewing gum, to be honest. Like I never chew it during the day, but it really, really does help my cravings, and sometimes only chew it for like 10 minutes and then throw it away. And that's all I need. I've got it out of my system then. It was maybe just I needed to chew something. And as I was saying before, explain to your friends and family how serious this is and ask for their help to keep your addictive foods out of the house. And even better if they can give them up too. So we also talked about this yesterday, and I gave you several tips that you can use to help your friends, so anybody that you live with, get the junk out of the house so that you're not tempted by it as well. And finally, you can, if you are really, really struggling with this and it's a serious, serious problem, then you can actually find support groups for food addictions and overeaters and things. So you might want to do that. And you can also join our Clean Green coaching program, and we would love to help you and support you in there, because we have all been there ourselves. Like everybody struggles with this to a certain extent. Like some people have very mild addictions, and some people have very extreme, but we are in the Facebook group to support you with this and help you through, because you definitely do need support when you are getting rid of something that's controlling your life. So secret number 3. So despite what people may tell you that all things are good in moderation, most people will never be able to have just a small amount of their addictive food again. So this is what I've already said, that you just need to work out for yourself. Like I can't tell you whether or not you can ever eat your addictive food again. That's up to you to decide. You've got to be honest with yourself. Like, do you think you could honestly eat, say if it's pizza, for example, do you think you could honestly, just eat pizza once a week and have maybe, 4 slices or 2 slices, depends how big it is. Say 4 slices and once a week. Do you think you could stop there? And if the answer is yes, then that's probably fine for you. You could have that in moderation. But if you are eating pizza every single day of the week, and you can't imagine a house that's not stocked, your fridge and your freezer is not stocked with a pile of pizzas, or you've not got your local pizza delivery place on speed dial, and you can't imagine not eating pizza, then you might really struggle to eat pizza in moderation. It might be that you might have to cut it out. Even for, try it and see how you feel. Like I said, I've always had a chocolate addiction, and I've had it my entire life, and I know that I can cut it out for long periods of time. I've tried it, I've put it to the test, I've cut it out for years, and as soon as I have a bite, that's me addicted again. And that's just my personality, that's just my brain, that's just how I react to chocolate. So if you've never tried giving it up, you might want to try giving it up and then try reintroducing it and see how you feel. See if it still causes that addictive behavior in you. And if you can, I know Marcy was saying that she used to be addicted to ice cream, but now she can eat it in moderation. So that's really good that she can go out and just have a small portion of ice cream, and she doesn't feel like she has to binge on it anymore, which is great. So it's totally, you have to it's something you have to decide for yourself. Just put it to the test and see if it's something you're going to be able to have in moderation first, because otherwise you don't need to give up something forever for good if you don't need to. So it's totally up to you. So how to train your brain for long-term success. So this is my Adios Addiction Guide, training your brain for long-term success. So usually people just have one addictive food. Like, it's usually just one thing. It might be more than one thing though. Like, everybody's completely different. So people tend to get obsessed with things, and sometimes it's not even like food. People can get obsessed with all kinds of things that are not even substances that go in your body. Like, people can get obsessed with work. They can become workaholics. And usually what happens is when you're addicted to something, it crowds out everything. So it tends to be that, if you're a workaholic, then you might forget to eat because you're so busy working that you forget. Or you might be eating too much because you're just eating at your desk and you're not even aware that you're eating because you're working while you're eating, because it's not the food that you're obsessed with, but you're too busy working because you're obsessed and addicted to work, that you haven't realized that you're shoveling in all this junk food that's causing your body to put on weight. So it's not necessarily just food that you can be addicted to, but it usually is one thing that you're addicted to. So it is really hard to give up something that you're addicted to, and it's hard to give up more than one thing at once. So if you want to beat your addiction, then don't worry about giving up absolutely everything in your diet. Like, trying to give up all of your comfort foods at the same time as giving up the one food that you're completely addicted to is going to be really hard. So just take things one step at a time. You might not even be ready to give up your addictive foods. Maybe you want to do it the other way around. Like, this is the way, I've done it, is, start the clean eating first while still eating the chocolate. And then it makes it so much easier to transition just to clean eating when you get rid of the chocolate and you're used to eating the clean food most of the time. So you don't have to give up the addiction first. You can give up you can change your diet, improve your diet first. And then it's going to make it much easier to give up your addictive foods, because you're going to have nutrients that are coming from your clean eating diet. And that's going to make your body make it really easy to give up the food, because at least you won't be lacking in the nutrients, which can cause cravings. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about that in a minute as well. So another thing is, don't try and diet at the same time. And what I mean by diet is, don't go on like a faddy diet where you're eating, like, say, ready meals that are 300 calories or less per meal, and you might be having like a ready, like a processed diet bar as your snack, or a packet of chips as your snack. And so don't try and diet at the same time or leave yourself hungry, because when you get hungry, then you're much more likely to overindulge and eat the food that you're addicted to. So if you're hungry, just eat something straight away. Just eat something healthy, and make sure that your meals have enough clean protein and healthy fats, and this really helps you to avoid cravings if your blood sugar levels are stable. So that's why it's really important to eat clean food, because it stabilizes your blood sugar levels and you'll find your cravings massively decrease. So then try and break habits associated with your addictive food. So if you always eat junk food when you're bored in the evening, like I did, try a new hobby that takes you out of the house in the evening, like going to the gym. And because the natural high you get from exercise will lessen the cravings. And funnily enough, what I did was I have changed my my kind of my pattern during the day. I used to like finish work for the day, put the kids to bed, and then I'd have like a few hours in the evening to chill out and read a book. And it was quite a long time, really, like a few hours, and I would end up getting bored and tired and then go on searching for some food. But now I've actually changed the pattern of my day, and I don't really get in much of an evening anymore. So what I do now is, instead of getting up at, say, like 6 o'clock in the morning, as I used to, I now get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I start work straight away. And then after dropping the kids off, then I actually go to the gym and I do some workout, and I also go for a walk during the day as well. So then when it comes to evening time, put the kids to bed, I have to go to bed so much earlier because I'm getting up earlier in the morning, which means that usually people would probably go to the gym in the evening, whereas I don't go to the gym in the evening. I'm lucky enough that I can go to the gym midway through the day. So I choose to take some time out of my working day, go to the gym then, and then it just means that I don't get as much of an evening as a result. But that's fine by me because I sit down, I read a book for maybe half an hour before bed just to chill out, and then I'm exhausted and I go to bed and I sleep. And I don't have like 3 hours of just sitting there kind of twiddling my fingers thinking, oh, I'm bored now, I'm bored, tired, and I'm just going to go and eat something. So whatever habit you have associated with eating your addictive food, just try and break it, and it really does help. So if you normally eat your addictive foods like in the middle of the day when you get an afternoon slump, try going for a walk instead, or try, like I said before, changing the food that you eat for breakfast. If you eat clean, healthy food for breakfast like green Thickies, then you won't get as many of those or any of those slumps in midway through the day, and then hopefully you'll feel energized and you'll want to just get up and go for a walk rather than going and getting your sweet fix. So yeah, habits are very, very important, and also visualizing your habits. So if you visualize, what are you going to do when that craving strikes? What are you going to do instead? If you've already planned it out in your mind and you've walked it through in your own mind, you're much more likely to carry it out. Here's another thing. This is something that I have done before, and this is something that I did when I was on the raw food diet, and I found that I didn't really get any cravings because this is exactly what I did. I grossed myself out with food that I once ate and I wanted to give up. So, and this is something like, I would only suggest doing this if you truly want to give up this food forever, because you probably will end up never touching it again if you do this. But all junk food has bad things that are written about it, some disgusting facts or harm that it's going to do to your body that will probably end up putting you off eating that food for life. And when I found out I had a dairy intolerance, but I loved dairy, I loved eating cheese, and I had milk in my cereal, and I ate loads of cheese, loads of dairy, and I loved it. And I found out I was intolerant to it, and I knew I was going to really struggle. So what I did was I bought books and I went on the internet and I found every disgusting fact I could find about dairy, and I read it over and over and over again, and I read these books constantly. And I won't tell you the facts because it's up to you to decide what food you want to be disgusted by. But I disgusted myself so much with dairy that any product that contained dairy, I took one look at it and I felt physically sick. I felt like I would throw up if I ate that food, and I never had any cravings for it ever again. So things like chocolate, at the time I was eating milk chocolate, although now it's, there's too many ways to avoid milk in chocolate, but at the time I was eating the milk in the chocolate. And even chocolate, I would take one look at the chocolate and think, that's got milk in it, that's disgusting, that makes me feel sick thinking that's in there. And it really helped, and I didn't get cravings when I did this with the raw food. Here's another thing. You can write down affirmations surrounding the food that you want to avoid, and the food that you actually do want to eat. So for example, if every day you start your day and you tell yourself, I can't eat chocolate, or I don't eat chocolate, even the sight of it makes me feel sick, or I just adore frozen grapes. I would just love to eat some frozen grapes. They are so delicious. They melt in your mouth. They're so sweet and good for you, and they're so tasty. But that chocolate, it's just so disgusting. It makes me feel so ill after it. I just don't eat chocolate. So whatever affirmations you want to write down some affirmations and tell yourself those affirmations every day, and that becomes part of you. It becomes part of what you think. It's your brain, and it's very difficult to go against what the brain thinks. Here's another thing that can help. You could get angry at the food industry for ruining your health and causing your weight gain. You could fight back at them by not buying their products, because as I was saying yesterday, processed food is designed to be addictive because they want to make money from you. They want you to buy more and more and more. They want you to buy two, get one free. They want you to fill your cupboards with all of this food, get addicted and buy more and more. And not just that, they want you to tell other people how delicious it is and how addictive it is and how they should be eating it as well. So if you want to get angry at the food industry, get angry with the people who are trying to ruin your health, then that can really, really help. Because if you're angry at somebody, you're not going to want to do what they tell you to do. You're not going to want to play their game anymore. So you will be shopping and you'll see these products and you'll think, how dare they do this to me and my health? I'm not going to allow them to do this to me. This is actually a really good tactic. I did this again with the raw food. I was so angry at, I didn't know who I was angry at, but I was angry because I was in this state where I had no life. And I was really angry, and I just thought, I don't know what's happened to me. Like, I had no idea why I was suddenly so ill and why I'd suddenly piled on all this weight. And for me, at that point, it was very easy for me to get angry and think, I'm not going to allow people to do this to me anymore. I'm not going to do this to myself. Another thing is you can set goals. You can write them down and just get through them one day at a time. So remind yourself of the reasons for giving up your addiction every single morning. So what reason, like we were saying about the list with the pros and cons, so they're your goals. So things like, for me, chocolate is a big reason for me giving up chocolate is I don't want my kids to see me being addicted to chocolate, and I don't want them to follow along the same pattern that I've had, and I don't want them to see chocolate as something that you have to just stuff your face with all this chocolate and that they can't, break free from this addiction. I don't want my kids to feel like I feel when I'm eating chocolate. I don't want my life to be controlled. Like, I want to be free from this addiction. I want to feel good about myself. I want to feel like I'm in control of my own health, and that's my goal. So I've been really praising myself every day for getting through every single day without chocolate, and it becomes so easy. Just you get a buzz just from feeling good that you've done it, that you've achieved it. It is like setting goals and writing them down is really, really powerful. And setting rules as well that you will not break, and the rules that are not based on emotion. So, for example, these are my rules now. I do not eat chocolate anymore. Not in a cake, not in a smoothie, not in a biscuit, not ever. These are my personal rules. So I have decided that I am not going to have chocolate or chocolate flavoured anything anymore. And that is my personal rule. It's not based on, any kind of emotion, like, because, chocolate's making me feel so bad about myself. You don't need to justify it. It's just simply, it is what it is. I just don't eat chocolate, and that's what it is. Like, when I go around people's houses, like I was saying about the coffee, and people say, would you like a coffee? And I say, sorry, I don't drink coffee. I don't spend half an hour telling them all the reasons, justifying it. And if they ask, I tell them, if they say, why don't you drink coffee? I'll tell them the reason. But I just say, sorry, I don't drink coffee. And I'll say, do you have any water? And, it's just a fact. It's a fact of life. I just don't drink coffee. I just don't do it. I don't say, oh, but it's because it just has a really bad effect on me, and, feeling sorry for myself, because that just makes you feel bad about yourself. You need to feel strong and powerful. I just don't do it. Here is another technique that you may have seen me advocate in the past, and this is something that I absolutely love, and it's something that has worked really well for me in the past. It's worked well for me in a short time and a longer time period. So there's something called tapping, which is EFT, emotional freedom technique, and it's a technique that you use, and it sounds, if you've never heard of it, it sounds a bit strange, but you kind of tap on pressure points on your face, and like on the side of your eyebrows and under your nose and chin and that kind of thing, and other parts of your body, and you say like affirmations while you're doing it, and it kind of reinforces that you are recognizing the reality of the situation. For me, the reality is that I am addicted to chocolate really, really badly, and then you can also change your affirmations and then say things like, whatever you want to achieve. So I don't eat chocolate anymore. I don't have any cravings for chocolate. I don't need chocolate in my life. Whatever you want to say, you say it while you're doing tapping, and just the power of combining the affirmation with the pressure points in your body, it helps your body to feel differently and to kind of remember it in a different way. I mean, I'm not sure of exactly the science behind it, but if you want more information about that, you can go to the girl that I love. She's got an amazing technique, and she's got a great quiz. You can go to her website, which is, if you go to greenthickies.com/BW, B for Brittany, W for Watkins, and I just love her technique. It is so, so good for helping you to overcome these cravings. And when you use this technique, it not only, it can get rid of your craving like straight away. Like I've done it several times when I've got a chocolate craving, like I really need to have chocolate right now, and I've done it, and then it does go away straight after it. And it's also worked for a longer period of time as well. I remember there was a good maybe a good, say, 6 months, I think I went without chocolate after using this technique regularly, and then I gave up using the technique, and then I started eating chocolate again, and I don't know why I gave it up. Sometimes you just you have weaknesses, and you just think, oh, I'm just going to have the chocolate. I can't be bothered to do the tapping. I just want to have the chocolate, and then it just gets worse and worse, doesn't it? So that was just what happened with me, and now I've got to the stage where, I just want to give up the chocolate. I don't want to have to do a technique to get rid of the cravings, because it was just the cravings were so intense, and eating clean food, it helped a bit, but they still never went away for me. So I've just got to the stage where I just need to give it up. I've tried everything, I've thrown everything at it, and this is it. I just need to give it up. So, but tapping, you might have like a more mild addiction, and tapping can really, really help with this. So they're things that you can do to train your brain, and there's so many more things as well. Like I also saw this study recently where they got people to play a video game, and it gave you points for avoiding the junk food and clicking on the healthy food instead. So the results showed that the people who participated in the food related game sessions lost 1.5 pounds on average, and they consumed 220 fewer calories per day. And the researchers saw a reduction in the liking calorie dense foods that were used within the game. So most surprisingly, the weight loss and a decrease in unhealthy snacking was maintained over a 6-month period after the gaming sessions finished, and these effects were not observed within the control group. So it did that seemed to really help. So I'm excited about that kind of thing in the future. So I would definitely play that game if they brought that onto the market. And there's other things like have you heard about that? There's like a electric shock thing that you can zap yourself. Like every time you think of the food that you don't want to eat, you can zap yourself and cause yourself to have an electric shock. And I've seen that. I found it on Amazon. I think it's called Pavlov, and it looked like it had some good reviews. Like people were saying it did work, but then other ones were frustrated with the technology. So who knows? Maybe that needs a bit of tweaking and refining. I've not tried it myself, but it sounds very interesting. I can't say I'd really want to zap myself, to be honest. I think I would I would rather do anything than cause myself any kind of pain. I don't like pain at all, so that's why I eat so healthy, so I don't need to feel pain. So yeah, that's not for me, but who knows, it might be something that would work for you. So let's just have a very quick look at cravings, because you might not be aware, but some cravings can be a sign of a nutritional deficiency. So sometimes it can literally just be all the chemicals that are in the processed foods that cause you addictions. But other times it can be your body actually sending you a signal that you need to eat certain healthy foods instead. So this is a really good image that shows you what food you might be lacking. And yeah, chocolate's up there at number 1. And I do remember, like I said, I've been struggling with chocolate addiction, on and off for all my life. And I've mentioned it to so many people. And every time I mention it to kind of somebody who's like a health coach or, in the kind of health industry, the first thing they always say is, are you getting enough magnesium? And yes, I'm getting enough magnesium. I supplement, like magnesium is something that most of us are lacking in, because the quality of the soil is just it's not got the enough levels of magnesium in it anymore. But I do supplement every day with magnesium. I also eat, all the recommended foods here, the nuts, seeds, veggies and fruit. My diet is full of these all day long. So I think I definitely get enough magnesium. So for me, it's not a nutritional deficiency. It just must be like the way it makes me feel. And, if you go through the tapping, then sometimes it can be an emotional thing. It's an association of some great time in your life, maybe a time where you were happy, all eating junk food together as a family. And that can be such a powerful trigger for you for craving the food as well. So yeah, for me, I think it was more that than anything else. But yeah, so this is what your body might be sending you a signal that you might be lacking these foods. So if you're craving sugary foods, then you might be lacking in some of these mineral deficiencies. So you can see what to eat instead on the right hand side. And for me personally, I would eat everything apart from the cheese. I think you can get nutrients from other things other than cheese and milk. I wouldn't have those, but the other things are probably healthy enough. So as long as it's a natural, healthy whole food, then yep, go for it and see if that makes a difference. Clean eating can definitely make a difference with your cravings. Like, your cravings, they massively decrease. Like for sugary foods in general, you will notice a big reduction in cravings just by eating healthy, clean foods. And but sometimes it's just not enough, and you do need to get rid of the food. So only you can decide. The choice is definitely yours. And I just wanted to share, how bad it got for me. And I'm definitely an extreme case when it comes to food addiction, but you may be like not as severe. So yeah, just let your own judgment decide what you do next. So I really hope that's helped you, especially if you do have an addiction, or to determine whether you do or you don't have an addiction, or whether you just mildly addicted to foods that are supposed to be addictive, all the processed foods, and help you to understand whether or not you can eat them in moderation or not. So what we have covered today, we have covered secret number 1, that food addiction does need to be taken seriously, especially if you have an extreme food addiction like me. And if you have a less extreme food addiction, you still need to kind of lessen the amount that you eat those foods. But as long as you're eating clean all the time, then it can be fine for you. So it is possible to recover from an extreme food addiction. You just need the right mindset, knowledge and support. And despite what people may tell you that all things are good in moderation, some people may never be able to have just a small amount of their addictive food. Not all, just some. And you'll know yourself what kind of person you are, and you can experiment and see whether or not you can have foods in moderation or not. So let me ask you a question. Would you agree that it's been time well spent so far? And we can't cover absolutely everything in these videos, even if we have all day, but I hope you have got value from what I have shared today. And remember that nothing that I've said here is just theory. This is exactly how I am getting results right now, how I've got results in the past, how other people get results, and it's just by starting small and building on that, and just starting by just a thought that triggers in your brain, just wondering, is this something that I need to be cutting out of my life or not? That's just triggering a thought. So I'm just wondering whether you have got value from today. So what score out of 10 would you give this? Please type your answer in the chat box because I would love to know. So let's just recap some of the reasons that you might have shown up today. If you are feeling addicted to food, then you definitely were in the right place today. That if you can't get through the day without a sugar fix, that you might be feeling foggy in your brain and moody, low, you can't think straight, you've got digestive problems, you've got weight that you want to lose, but you're struggling to lose weight and you're just feeling absolutely fed up, and you just know that now is the time that you want to change. Now is the right time for you. And if you do feel like this, and you're here for a reason, like you've sat and watched through this for a reason, then this is your time. It's your time right now. Now, I'm not special and I don't have special powers or special tools. And as you've just heard, I have my weaknesses just like everybody has their weaknesses. But I've developed a system that works for me and it works for other people too. So it can work well for you too. So who wants to take things to the next level? So put in the chat box, I'm ready, if you are ready and you know that now is your time to take action. So if you're feeling a bit overwhelmed and you've got so many questions but you really want to go deeper and you want to know how to clean up your diet and you want to get rid of the fatty diets that don't serve you and you want to get rid of the weight for life and you want to be healthy for the rest of your life and not have to worry, then would you like me to share my total transformation system with you? So now that we know how to beat our addictions, what should we actually eat to lose weight in a healthy way? Because getting rid of that one addictive food is a great starting point, but it doesn't work well just on its own. As I was saying, we need to have a healthy, clean diet for most of the week. And we need to know what foods to eat to get the best results from our lives. So, would you like a system for taking all the guesswork out of feeling healthy, energetic and slim? I'm going to show you how to completely transform the way you eat, feel, look and think in just 6 weeks. Who is excited to see this? Introducing the Clean Green Coaching Program. The Clean Green 6-week program transforms the way you eat, feel, look and think in just 6 weeks without giving up eating food that you love or buying an expensive gym membership that you never use, while doing all the everyday tasks that keep you crazy busy, like looking after your kids, working long hours, long commutes, and spending quality time with your family and your friends, so that you can love your body again, so you can trust your own body to keep you healthy, feel slim and attractive, get compliments from everyone on your new body and glowing skin, improve your confidence so that you can finally fulfill your life purpose. How amazing does that sound? Without spending all your time making complex, disgusting detox food, or working out for hours every day, or spending a fortune buying expensive, unusual ingredients. Without giving up after a week and deciding it's all too hard. We are making it our mission to make doubly sure that you absolutely stay the course with this program. So, what makes Clean Green Coaching different? This is what makes Clean Green Coaching different. We have the No Fail Stick It Out system, which is our method of making sure that you last the course. We will never leave you on your own to struggle through. Believe me, in this program, we will notice if you drop out and we'll encourage you to get right back on the course. We really, really want you to succeed, and we know that accountability is huge to help you get the results. And we also have our clean cloning system. This is a system for making sure that you can keep eating all your favourite foods and still lose weight. And we also believe in fast, clean food in a flash, because who wants to slave away in the kitchen for hours? We show you that it really is possible to make quick, easy and tasty meals very, very quickly. All of our recipes honour your time and give you the tastiest, clean recipes in the shortest time possible. There's also a toolkit for those days when you just don't want to cook at all. So here's what you're going to get. You're going to get done for you meal plans, recipes and shopping lists. You're going to get 6 whole weeks of clean, green meal plans and recipes, shopping lists, suggested meals to make burning fat and getting that lean, toned body that much easier to attain. Daily emails during the first 2 weeks and a simple to use weight loss diary to keep you on track and keep you held accountable. Now, the value of these done for you meals of 6 weeks of meal plans, recipes and shopping lists is $497. Now, this is what you might find on lots of different programs that you have to do yourself, like a DIY program. This is a standard going rate for a lot of these long programs. So this is how much this is valued at. And if you only got that, would it be worth the price to you? Would it be worth it if you only got the 6 weeks of meal plans, shopping lists and done for you everything? So if you got that, but is there anything else that you need to make sure that you actually stick to the program? Because it's all very well getting all the resources, but how do you make sure that you actually stick it out for the full 6 weeks and get those results that you really, really want? We are going to have coaching sessions, so 6 weekly coaching sessions. 6 hour-long coaching sessions provided by Marcy Desmond, who is your personal health coach, who will give you the support you need throughout this program and answer all of your questions. And this is valued at $600 because can you imagine getting just one coaching session? How much would that one coaching session cost you? And you're getting 6 whole weeks of coaching sessions plus an extra bonus introductory coaching session as well. So let me tell you about Marcy, because Marcy is such an amazing person. She's actually got advanced osteoarthritis in most of her joints, which left her barely able to walk as the pain in her feet was so bad. And she had a turning point in her life when she decided to take action against this. And she discovered that foods were fueling her inflammation and pain, and that foods could actually help. And she changed her diet, she started clean eating, and she lost 60 pounds. And she's kept it off for over 3 years, and she's now fit and completely functional. And you should see how many full push-ups this lady can do. She is such an inspiration to me. She is so, so fit. And after this, she became passionate about helping others learn that there is a way. And she decided to pursue a career as a health coach. And Marcy, the good thing about Marcy is she completely understands her clients, because she's actually walked in their shoes, and her clients know that she understands their challenges and how they are feeling, and that she has a proven system that does deliver results. Let me read to you just one of the many testimonies we have about Marcy. So here is what Talitha said about Marcy. She said, "Marcy is the best health coach ever. I've lost 8 pounds this month with her, eating every meal and snacks, and I've learned so much about sneaky, insidious sugar in my otherwise very healthy diet. She really goes above and beyond in her coaching. She loves what she does, and she was born to do it. I cannot say enough positive words about her. She's really knowledgeable, understanding and practical, and she's come a long way herself, so no judging and a great sense of humour about it all. And I completely agree with what Talitha says, and isn't that amazing that Talitha lost weight despite having a healthy diet, and she realised that what she thought was healthy, it wasn't as healthy as she thought because she had all this sugar that was sneaking into her diet. So isn't that absolutely awesome that Marcy can help people to discover these things about themselves and lose this weight and feel so good about themselves? So here's what you're going to get. You are going to get, in the Clean Green coaching program, just a recap for you, you're going to get the 6 weeks of meal plans, recipes, shopping lists, suggested meals, the weight loss diary, the daily emails, valued at $497 US dollars. You are also going to get 6 hour-long group coaching sessions with Marcy, valued at $600. And this is a total value of $1,097. So, apart from these things, what else do you need to motivate you daily? A dedicated Facebook group, of course. So, we have provided you with a dedicated Facebook group where you can connect with others going through exactly the same thing at the same time. You can get daily motivation, check in on a regular basis, join in the fun, get your questions answered in a flash by Marcy, your personal health coach, and this is valued at $89. So just to recap, here is what you're going to get. You're going to get the meal plans, the recipes, the shopping list, the suggested meals, the weight loss diary, and the daily emails. You're going to get the 6 hour-long coaching sessions with Marcy, and you're going to get access to the dedicated Facebook group with daily motivation, get your questions answered, and connect with other people. And the total value of all these things is $1,186. So who has this worked for? Who has this program worked for? People who are new to clean eating, those who have a lot of weight to lose, people who have experimented with clean eating and now want to take their health and energy to a whole new level, busy professional women, those with hectic family lives, those who are sick and tired and are ready for a big change. I want to just very briefly share Emily's story. So Emily tried out my diet on the Channel 4 television show. She did a detox on there, and she was a self-confessed carb addict, and she said, I'd eat a mashed potato sandwich if I could. She just wanted to feel better in her own skin, and she said dropping that one dress size would make me feel slightly less mashed potato-like. And she was so pleasantly surprised by how good clean food can taste, and she said, I actually like that. It's definitely doable, which I was so happy about, because that is the thing that me and Marcy focus on, is making sure that recipes are tasty, because we are both foodies and we both love our food. We love to taste food, we love to eat delicious food, and there's nothing worse than boring, bland, tasteless food. And Emily actually dropped 6 pounds in 2 weeks, even though she didn't stick to the plan exactly. So that is a great result for Amy. I mean, isn't that amazing that Emily did such a good job? It's so impressive that, you know, somebody, even just 2 weeks, somebody sticks to a meal plan and has such super results. So what else do you need to be successful? You are also going to get the no-fail, stick-it-out system, because we all get motivated in different ways, and we want to make sure that you are more motivated than you've ever been in your life. Now, we have got our special no-fail, stick-it-out accountability system, and if you opt in, we'll make sure that you last the course. We also have fun weekly contests to keep you on track and prizes to be won, and we want you to stay excited and keep going with this. This is valued at $130, and isn't that amazing? That how motivated are you by contests and prizes and challenges, and everybody can do amazing with these things. It's so much more motivating when you bring some fun into losing weight and changing your diet. So here is what you're going to get. You're going to get the 6 weeks of meal plans, recipes, shopping lists, the daily emails, and the weight loss diary. You're going to get the 6-hour-long coaching sessions. You're going to get access to the dedicated Facebook group, and you're going to get the no-fail, stick-it-out accountability system. And this is a total value of $1,316. Now, I just want to let you know that places are limited to just 100 people so that we can give everyone the attention they deserve. So to be in with a chance of being one of the 100 people, make sure you get in early. At the moment, the early bird cart is open, but the doors to the early bird cart will soon shut. So make sure you get in while you can. Now, I just want to let you know about me, and I am nothing special at all. I am not good at resisting chocolate, or stopping eating before I'm full, or cooking gourmet meals, but I can still do simple, delicious meals that have helped me drop 5 dress sizes and have got me my life back. So, do you think that you could do the same? There's one last thing that you need to be successful, and that is taking baby steps. Big journeys begin with small steps, and this is the weekly ebooks and daily prompts. So you're going to get weekly ebook guides about critical topics with lifelong changes, and you're going to get daily prompts that make it easy to apply these principles to your life. Because how easy it is to forget about eating healthy when life gets in the way and you get so busy. But what if you just got one prompt every day that encourages you to just do one thing every day that will change your life? Would that make it worth it for you? So just to recap, here's what you're going to get. You're going to get the 6 weeks of meal plans, recipes, shopping list, weight loss diary. You're going to get the 6-hour-long coaching sessions with Marcy. You're going to get access to the dedicated Facebook group. You're going to get the no-fail, stick-it-out accountability system and the fun contest to keep you on track and excited. You're going to get the weekly ebook guides with the daily prompts so that it makes it easy for you to apply the principles on a daily basis. And the total value of all this is $1,455. Now, you have got 2 choices. The first option is do absolutely nothing and not take this leap of faith, which is 100% risk-free. Or the second option, you can make this small investment today, and compared to how much your life is going to change, it is a small investment, so just give it a shot. If it works, great. If not, just ask for your money back within 7 days. Because we've got a 7-day guarantee. So if you sign up today and you don't like it for any reason at all, just let me know and we'll give you your money back within 7 days of you getting started. So if you want to get started, you can go to cleangreencoach.com or press the button below. So I just want to ask you a question. What's good health worth to you? Is it worth $1,000? $5,000, $10,000, $25,000 more? Is it priceless? How much would you pay to get a body that you could be proud of and a long, happy, healthy life? You can see why it's a good deal at $1,455. And I want to tell you that the regular price of this coaching program is just $257. But because you are an action taker, I have an even further discount for you today. So do you want to know what my special price is for you today? You can get started now with a Clean Green coaching program for just $197. You go to cleangreencoach.com. So you can get started now for just $197. Now, don't you think that is absolutely amazing? So let me show you what to do next. What to do next, if you go to cleangreencoach.com, you will end up at the sales page, and that will give you all of the information that you need to know. And there is big pink buttons on there that say join the Clean Green coaching program for just $197, and you can click on that, and that will take you to the checkout page. And on the checkout page, then you just fill in your information, and then it'll take you to the thank you page. And on the thank you page, it will tell you that you will get an email with all of your login details and everything that you need to know, and then you can log into the members area and you can download all of the information and all of the resources in the members area immediately today. You don't have to wait. You can download the first phase of the program today. And that's not all you're going to get. I have something extra special to share with you today. Now, I have bonuses, and I don't just have one bonus, I have 6 bonuses for you today. So, would you like to know what my special gifts are for you? What's in the black boxes? I am going to open these boxes one at a time and reveal to you what's inside all of the boxes. Are you ready? Are you excited? Great, let's get started. Let's see what's inside box number 1. Bonus number 1, you get 10 ebooks and cheat sheets to help you create healthy habits that last, because life can get busy, and these are valued at $97. And you will get all of these bonuses when you join the Clean Green coaching program. You will get Drink Yourself Skinny, Lower Your Blood Sugar Levels, Should I Supplement on this program, 40 snacks on the go, because we all are very busy and it's good to have quick snacks, gluten-free substitutions, the 101 on portions, how to go gluten-free, low glycemic chart, the 101 on vegetable cooking methods, and top vegetarian proteins. So just to recap again, here is what you're going to get. You're going to get the 6 weeks of meal plans, recipes and shopping lists. You're going to get the 6 coaching sessions with Marcy. You're going to get access to the dedicated Facebook group, the no-fail stick it out accountability system, the weekly ebook guides and daily prompts, the 10 ebooks and cheat sheets to help you create healthy habits that last, because life can get busy. And all this is valued at $1,552. And if you only got that, would it be worth the price of $197? Now, I just want to show you a photo of Marcy, her before and after photo. So if you have a look at this photo, look at Marcy. That's what she was like on the left, and this is her now on the right today. She is so fit and healthy. Look how toned her arms are. She is just a Wonder Woman, and she inspires me so much. And this is another testimonial from one of her clients. And Julie says, I've lost 17.6 pounds. Finding Marcy has been amazing. I've learned to eat clean, organic, and manage my stalls in weight loss without giving up. The eating plans and recipes have been my key to my losses, and I will continue to carry on with everything I've learned. Thank you, Marcy, for teaching me so much about healthy eating. I never knew I had it in me to eat clean. Your program has shown me so much about myself that I didn't know. I mean, isn't that just awesome? 17 pounds, isn't that incredible? Like, how would you feel if you lost 17 pounds in this program? And wouldn't you be so proud of yourself if you learned to eat clean and you could stay there for the rest of your life. I mean, how would you feel if you could lose the weight, get to your ideal weight and just stay there and not have to worry about your weight? I mean, wouldn't that make you feel just so content with yourself? I mean, that testimonial is just so staggering. So we have looked at what's inside box number 1. So let's look and see what's inside box number 2. Are you ready to see what bonus 2 is? Bonus 2. The Clean Eating in a Hurry Challenge. So the challenge that you're watching right now, you can watch one every single day, and there is a 24-hour time limit on them. And if you miss them, you don't have to worry because these are included in the bonus section in the Clean Green Coaching program. So if you buy it, you get all of the videos, including the one that you are watching right now. So you get, not only do you get all 7 videos, you get all of the downloads associated with it, so you can keep the recipes forever and keep all the information and refer back to it whenever you want. And these will help you make a flying start with your clean eating. And this is where you can begin your clean eating journey. And these are valued at $67. And within the challenges, you get day 1 is mindful munching, day 2 is delectable drinking, day 3 is breathtaking breakfasts, day 4 is vibrant veggies, day 5 is clean cloning, day 6 is processed package purge, and day 7 is Adios Addictions. So let's recap again. So you get, as part of the Clean Green Coaching program, you get the 6 weeks of meal plans, recipes and shopping lists. You get the 6 hours of coaching. You get the access to the Facebook group. You get the no-fail stick it out accountability system, the weekly ebook guides, the 10 ebooks and cheat sheets, the Clean Eating in a Hurry challenge, the videos and the downloads, and all of this is valued at $1,619. And if all this did was give you the energy to get through the day, would it be worth it? If all this did was help you lose 1 to 2 pounds every week, would it be worth it? And if all this did was make you proud of yourself again, would it be worth it? So we've seen inside bonus number 1 and bonus number 2. What's inside bonus number 3? Bonus number 3. This is an early bird bonus, which means that it's only available right now. So if you don't take this offer right now, then you miss out on the early bird pricing and the early bird bonuses, which are completely going away. So you get my delicious dessert thickies recipe book. So this is my complete meal smoothies that taste exactly like your favorite dessert. And believe me, these taste so good, you won't be able to tell that it's not actually dessert. Everybody absolutely adores these recipes. And this is valued at $19. So let's recap. You get the meal plans, the recipes, the shopping list, the weight loss diaries, the coaching sessions, the Facebook group, the accountability system, the weekly ebook guides and daily prompts, the 10 ebooks and cheat sheets, the Clean Eating in a Hurry challenge videos and downloads, and the delicious dessert thickies recipe book. And all this is valued at $1,638. So that's our 3 bonuses. Now, what is inside bonus number 4? Bonus number 4, early bird bonus number 2. Another early bird bonus that's going away. This one, if you buy this today, you will also get a copy of my 80 Green Thickies recipe book. So this is all 80 of my Green Thickies recipes. These are complete meal replacement green smoothie recipes and all taste absolutely delicious. And this is valued at $29. So you are going to get the 6 weeks of meal plans, recipes, shopping lists and the weight loss diary, the coaching sessions, the Facebook group, the accountability system, the weekly ebook guides and the daily prompts, the 10 ebooks and cheat sheets, the Clean Eating Challenge in a Hurry videos and the downloads, the delicious dessert thickies recipe book and the 80 Green Thickies recipe book, and all of that is valued at $1,667. So let's move on to bonus number 5. What's inside this bonus here? bonus number 5, another early bird bonus. Inside this bonus, we've got 6 months worth of meals in minutes. These are my no recipe templates. So, and this is valued at $144. And this bonus is only for the first 50 people. So if you want to be in with a chance, then sign up today and make sure that you're one of the first 50 people and get this bonus, because this bonus contains everything that you need to make a recipe without actually following a recipe, because sometimes you just don't have time to follow a recipe, but you still want to eat healthy, unprocessed meals from scratch. So what do? It's time for a no recipe meal in minutes. And because I've put together some formulas for some quick meals which allow you to mix and match the ingredients that you already have depending on what you've got at the time. So this is a good way to use up leftovers and still to eat the right number of calories to allow you to lose weight. All of these meals should take less than 5 minutes of active time in the kitchen. That means some of them are ready straight away and others have to be left to simmer on a hob. So you can choose a meal depending on whether you need it ready instantly or whether you need to set it and forget it while you get on with something else. And I've included all of the following types of meals for you in here. Instant smoothie meals, green thickies, how to throw them together when you don't want to follow a recipe and have them taste delicious. You've got salads in seconds. You've got throw it all in, complete meal soups. Set it and forget it stews. Complete meal 5-minute oatmeals for breakfast. And pronto pasta and sauce. So remember, this bonus is only available for the first 50 people, so if you want it, get started straight away. We're taking a maximum of 100 people and the first 50 of those will get this bonus. So here's what you're going to get. 6 weeks of done for you, clean green meal plans, recipes, shopping lists, suggested meals, daily prompts, 6 coaching sessions, dedicated Facebook group, stick it out accountability system, weekly ebook guides and daily prompts, 10 ebooks and cheat sheets, clean eating in a hurry challenge, 7 videos and all the downloads, delicious dessert thickies recipe book, 80 green thickies recipe book, 6 months of meals in minutes, my no recipe templates for using up whatever ingredients you like without a recipe. Total value $1,811. So there's only one bonus left. Are you excited to see what this one bonus is? So let's look inside the last box. Bonus 6. Now these are my fast action clean green bonuses, because if that wasn't enough, I'm also giving you a choice of 3 fast action clean green bonuses. And these bonuses are what I call my disappearing bonuses, because one of these choices will disappear every day. There will only be one of these bonuses left just before the cart closes. And I'm not going to tell you which one's going to disappear when. When you get your welcome email and all of your regular bonuses, please reply to the email and let us know which of the following fast action clean green bonuses you would like, and we'll send that straight to you. If you choose the payment plan as an option, there is no need to email to get this. You just use the correct button on the sales page to pay with that, and your payment plan will automatically be set up. So these are the choices. You can choose one of 3. So the first choice is you could choose the payment plan. You can choose the 2-month payment plan, because I know it's easier to budget if you can split your payments. So for this bonus, you have the option of splitting the payments in 2. One payment is this month and the next payment is paid next month. So if you would like to use a payment plan to pay, then please click the correct button on the checkout. So the fast action clean green bonus number 2 is the Green Thickies Super Health Bundle, valued at $160. So for this bonus, you can get all of the Green Thickies products in this bundle worth over $160. You'll get all 18 of my products, including the following. You'll get the 7-day diet plan, the Dessert Thickies recipe book, the Power Balance Diet Challenge book, the Smoothie Ingredients for Extra Wow Factor, 11 Essential Smoothie Staples book, 80 Green Thickies recipe book, How to Prepare Your Smoothie Ingredients the Right Way video, 7-Day Diet Plan Kindle version, Dessert Thickies recipe book Kindle version, Power Balance Challenge Kindle version, 11 Essential Smoothie Staple Kindle version, and 80 Green Thickies recipe book Kindle version. How to get support and avoid failure on your new diet cheat sheet, the Secret of Accountability for Weight Loss Success cheat sheet, Secrets for Weight Loss and Weight Maintenance in the Long-Term cheat sheet, meal plan templates for breakfast, lunch and dinner, printable shopping lists for the 7-Day Diet Plan, and printable 7-Day Diet Plan recipes to save your paper. Whew, that's a lot of stuff. This bonus option will give you a good number of additional meal plans and recipes that you can use with this coaching program when it comes to an end. So, the Fast Action Clean Green bonus number 3. You could choose this option if you want, and this one is my personal favourite. You could get lifetime access to the Leaf System membership program. So when you buy the Clean Green coaching program today, you can choose this bonus option as your Fast Action bonus, and it's valued at $97. The Leaf System is my monthly meal planning system where I provide you with a new set of 56 clean eating recipes every single month. And if you choose this bonus as an option today, you'll have the perfect option to continue making healthy meals even after the coaching program has ended. Plus, you will get continued support in our private dedicated Leaf System Facebook group for life. This is all yours completely free when you choose this bonus option. And as part of this, you get the Leaf System monthly meal plans, immediate access to all 12 meal plans, the Leaf System shopping list, 24/7 access to our Facebook group, 4 simple tracking systems to prove how well the Leaf System is working for you, helpful video tutorials so you're never stuck with any answer to a question, updated frequently asked questions to get quick answers to your questions, Train Your Brain Success, a place that you go when you don't know why you can't stick to a diet, and you get 1 set of meal plans released every single month, but you get access to absolutely all of them straight away, and we get new bonuses every single month, and you get access to everything that comes out in the future. So it's lifetime access. You never pay another penny, and you can get that completely free today if you invest in the coaching program. And remember that 1 bonus option will be removed every day, so make your decision quickly before it's gone. And you also get bonuses as part of the Leaf System lifetime membership. More bonuses. You get the Green Smoothie Toolkit. You get How to Lose Weight with Green Smoothies Masterclass extended video. You get the 28-day Leaf System Challenge, which is 28-day daily videos to motivate you to stick to the Leaf System. And you can look over my shoulder where I walk you through my own personal results. And look over my shoulder while I show you my daily results, plus my new monthly bonus every single month. Wow. I bet you are spoiled for choice and you don't know which option to get, but if the payment plan isn't an issue for you, if you can pay all in one go, then I would definitely choose the lifetime access to the Leaf System as your preferred fast action bonus, because it is truly worth the entire price of the coaching program and much more. So just to recap, here's what you're going to get. You're going to get the meal plans, recipes, shopping list, daily challenges, weight loss diary, the coaching sessions, the Facebook group, the accountability system, the weekly ebook guides, the 10 ebooks and cheat sheets, the Clean Eating in a Hurry Challenge, 7 videos and downloads, the Delicious Dessert Thickies recipe book, the 80 Green Thickies recipe book, the 6 months of meals and minutes, my no recipe template, fast action bonus choices of payment plan, super health bundle, or lifetime Leaf System membership valued at $160. Sorry. And that is a total value of $1,971. Can you believe it? But don't worry, I'm not going to charge you that. You can pay just 1/10 of the value of that and get started today for just $197. That's it. So you can click the button below, or you can go to cleangreencoach.com and sign up there, and we can't wait to have you on board. So I am going to spend some time answering questions now. First of all, I am going to answer some questions, some frequently asked questions that we've had about the coaching program already, and these are questions that hopefully will answer most people's questions. But if you do have any more questions, then please type them in the chat box, because I am there live with you right now, and I'm just going to type the answers to your questions in the chat box and reply to everybody. So I am going to go over these questions while you're thinking of some of your own questions, and I will answer some of these frequently asked questions for you right now. So question number 1. How quickly will I see results, and how quickly will I reach my ideal weight? So let's be honest here. Fast actors will see fast results almost immediately. But if you join Clean Green Coaching but take no action, then you won't get any results. We will hold you accountable, but you still have to take action yourself. We don't have a magic wand that we can wave so that you can lose weight and carry on eating food that you've been eating. Things need to change, but the great news is that you can lose 5 to 10 pounds in the first 2 weeks, and then you can expect to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week on average per week after that, depending on how committed you are. So by the end of 6 weeks, not only will you look significantly slimmer, but you'll also have all the tools you need to continue your healthy habits and reach your ideal weight. And it depends how much weight you have to lose as to how quickly it comes off, but I did manage to lose about 50 pounds of weight in just a few months and reach my ideal weight in 6 months, because it takes a while to lose those last few pounds. And it might sound like a long time, but this time is going to pass anyway. So 6 months later, do you want to look the same or heavier than you do now? Or would you like to look beautiful and slim, 10 years younger and bursting with vitality? The choice is yours. So next question. I don't like to cook. Will I have to cook all my meals? No, you absolutely don't have to cook all your meals. You can spend as much or as little time as you like in the kitchen. I personally only spend 30 to 60 minutes per day in the kitchen to make a whole day's worth of clean, healthy food for my entire family. We make it extremely easy for you. The recipes are quick, easy, and still delicious, and we also give you some pretty amazing shortcuts you can take to drastically cut your time in the kitchen. And if you don't like to cook at all, there are some great fast options for preparing your own clean food without any cooking at all. So, next question. Will it work for me if I have food intolerances? Yes, absolutely. We provide so many different meal plans for special diets that are also very easily customizable. So you don't have to worry about us giving you a very strict meal plan, because there's lots of flexibility for you to choose the meals that suit you the best. All of our meals are gluten-free, dairy-free, refined sugar-free, and are based on real, healthy, whole foods. So I hope that's helped. And next question is, why can't I just go on a diet myself? So of course you could just choose to go on a diet yourself, but in my experience, the mindset that people have when they go on a diet is completely different to the mindset you have when you sign up for a coaching program. Because those on a diet want a quick, easy fix. They want to lose a few pounds in the short term, but they don't really want to make any major changes. They want to carry on eating the same old foods, and they know they're not really committed to the diet. But those who are ready to join a coaching program are different. They are ready for a big change in their lives. They're ready to become a new person, a healthier, happier person, and make changes that will last their entire lives. So does that sound like you? And if so, then the Clean Green coaching is perfect for you. So what happens after I buy? You will instantly get a welcome email from me with links to join the dedicated Facebook group where you can connect with your new health coach Marcy and immediately start asking any questions that you've got. You can also ask your questions directly to Marcy via email and also during the live coaching calls. You will get links to our membership area where you can download all of the resources needed for the first 2 weeks, all of the recipe books, the meal plans, the action plans, and all of the bonuses. The modules for the rest of the program will be sent at a rate of 1 per week, 1 week in advance. And you will get daily emails for the first 2 weeks and weekly emails after that, and there's daily prompts within the ebooks. So I hope has that helped you? Great. So lastly, last question. What if I hate it? Can I get a refund? Yes, of course, you get a full 7 days from your purchase date to ask for a refund, and you can review the material, and if you don't think that it's the best value for your small investment that you've made, then we'll give you every penny of your money back, no questions asked. So I hope that's helped to answer some of your common questions, and like I said, if you've got any more, please ask them in the chat box and I will stay and answer them right now. And I will keep answering them until everybody has got all their questions answered. We don't want to leave you on your own at any stage of the way with this. So thank you so much for joining us today. I really, really appreciate and value your time. And I really hope this has helped to answer all your questions. And I can't wait to see you inside the Clean Green Coaching Program. See you there. Bye.